So, Caitlin Clark is so obviously the best point guard in the WNBA right now. Like, Sabrina Ionescu's pretty damn good. Skylar Diggins, I think Skylar Diggins still has a bit in her, but I don't put her in the Sabrina Caitlin conversations. And I don't even think it's conversation, really. Caitlin's just better than Sabrina. Like, you can say Sabrina's a champion, but swap Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu, and that Liberty team does not even get brought to 5 once in the playoffs. Like, and then also, Natasha Cloud, I think, is in that conversation too, just because of her ability on defense, her switchability. And she's a playoff performer. But there is one player that I have not mentioned who is clearly not. We have got the Miss 8-4 Chelsea Gray. Miss, I got cooked every single possession in the Olympics and I became unplayable when it mattered, Chelsea Gray. Miss, I got cooked so badly by Julie Van Loo that Belgium almost beat us, Chelsea Gray. So, Chelsea Gray's hooping and unrivaled. And I mean that. Like, look, we can be honest here. Chelsea Gray has been one of the best point guards in WNBA history. And, like, her shot making is ridiculous. If you don't know, like, what Chelsea Gray was at her prime, just watch the 2022 playoffs. She was the best player on a team in those playoffs with Aja Wilson. It was silly how hot she got in those playoffs. And obviously, she's had other really good times in her career. She's been really good at other times in her career. But the thing is with Chelsea Gray is that she is not the same. Chelsea Gray, post-injury, cannot run. Like, in Unrivaled, when she's getting cooked on the defensive end, but when she's able to control the tempo, a lot of people are like, oh, but like Unrivaled, people said she's struggling Unrivaled. She's doing better than I thought. But she has the ball in her hand. She's able to control the tempo. She's able to control it. The team doesn't have to go up and down. The play is slowed and Unrivaled now that, like, the players are tired, they're getting hurt more. They're slowing it down. And in Chelsea Gray's defense, she can still make tough shots. She's an elite tough shot maker, but if we're judging players by their ability to make tough shots and throw crazy passes, then I don't know, like, is LaMelo Ball the best player in the NBA? Genuinely. If that's what we're judging our criteria on, is LaMelo Ball the best player? Is freaking Chris Paul the best point guard in the NBA because he used to be the best? Of course not. But we're seeing people getting paid to talk about the WNBA. Chelsea Gray is the best point guard. That hasn't changed because she had a down year return from injury. Disrespect on her name was ridiculous. She can't run. Like, I'm sorry. Nobody's questioning Chelsea Gray's ability to play basketball. And if you are, like, that's not the argument. She can't run. Come on, it's like watching people speak about the WNBA. People are paid to speak about the WNBA. It is like these people have never watched basketball before. It's like saying DeMarcus Cousins balling out in freaking Taiwan. I don't even know where he went. You see, like, DeMarcus Cousins is still the best. People forgot how good DeMarcus Cousins was. I'm like, no, Chelsea Gray is slowing the tempo down, backing down. She's got a whole bunch of space to work with, and she's hitting crazy shots. She's hitting crazy, crazy shots. And I gotta give her credit for that. But, like, what? Like, no. The reason why Caitlin Clark is so good is because what it does to the team. The point guard is supposed to be about how the team plays. Making some good passes, finding open players. And hitting some crazy fadeaway shots with unlimited space because they can't throw double teams. Is not the same as basically turning one of the worst offenses in the WNBA, the Fever pre-Caitlin Clark, into the best offense in the WNBA in one season. Not only even in one season, they became the best offense in WNBA post-Olympic break. In 1 month of playing Caitlin Clark's playstyle, they became the most deadly offensive team in the WNBA. That is why she's the best point guard. And on the defensive end, at this point in time, Caitlin Clark and Chelsea Gray are even. Caitlin Clark is 100 times better than Chelsea Gray on the defensive end right now. If you want to make an argument prime Chelsea Gray is better than prime Caitlin Clark, I'm not going to say that's a dumb argument, because what Chelsea Gray did in the playoffs, like what she did in those 2022 playoffs, peak for peak, if you are only looking at one playoff sample size, Chelsea Gray is the greatest player of all time. But, like, no, we are literally making the argument. Like, was Diana Taurasi the best shooting guard in the W? And that was the problem with WNBA Media. Like, about Caitlin Clark not deserving to make the team. They were like, we picked the best two players. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You picked 6 first shooting guards. You brought one point guard who was injured and couldn't move and was unplayable. And then you brought one center. You brought one point guard. You brought a whole team of power forwards, and again, you brought a whole team of freaking of power forwards and shoot for shooting guards. Madness. Absolute madness. And now it's like, Chelsea Gray's best point guard, that hasn't changed. What do you mean it hasn't changed? You are literally saying that Chelsea Gray was the 7th best point guard in the WNBA last season. And because she's doing okay in a 3v3 competition, she's the best point guard. I'm sorry. Like, when people are like, oh, people are saying, oh, it's a dumb argument that... So arguably the same people saying it's a dumb argument saying Nafisa Colley is the best because AJ Wilson's not playing Unrivaled. Like, I actually don't think Caitlin Clark would suit Unrivaled that much because she's not this half-court break-you-down player. Chelsea Gray's better than that. But being a half-court break-you-down player makes no difference to the sport of basketball. It actually doesn't. It's good to have the skill set, sure. But I'm sorry, like, that's the logic of, like, the Hooper logic. It is the damn Hooper logic. And the Hooper logic, I can guarantee you a team of the Hooper logic people would never be able to coach a winning basketball team if they ever tried to. But, like, it's just so dumb. It's so dumb that we are watching. We are literally out here watching Chelsea Gray have a good Unrivaled. In her defense, a really good Unrivaled, because she has been able to slow the game, make the game basically what the game that she wants to play. And with that, it's going all right. It genuinely is going all right. And they're able to, like, she's looking really good offensively. She's scoring the ball really well. She's still a great tough shot maker. That was never gone. But the difference is like, I get it. She did it that one time in the playoffs. I understand. Like, the shots she's taking in Unrivaled. Like, if you actually think that, with 5v5 spacing and 2 extra players in the court, that she would be able to back somebody down from the right side of the floor to the left side of the floor and use all the space in the world to back someone down and shoot a fadeaway. You just don't know basketball. Like, you're not going to be able to do that. And if a player is going to do that, the other team is going to just be like, fine, keep shooting that shot. And the fast break threes, the pull-up threes, she's hitting her shot. Great. The reason why people did not call her the best point guard in the WNBA was not that she couldn't create her own shot. It's that she couldn't move. And she still can't run. Like, she was never the fastest. She literally might be the slowest point guard in the WNBA. She might be one of the slower players in the WNBA. She's backing people down the full way of the court. Yes, she does some good things. Yes, historically she's great. Yes, she's one of the greatest point guards of all time. But if you are arguing in 2025 that she is better than Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, or even Skylar Diggins or Natasha Cloud, you do not understand basketball. You actually don't. And I stand by that. Anyone making an argument does not understand the sport of basketball. Anyway, I'll see you guys.